Welcome back to another video, everybody. My name is Daniel.i.schiffer, for those of you who don't know me, and I make videos here on YouTube all about filmmaking. So if you're into that stuff, then feel free to subscribe. But in today's video, we're going to be reviewing some Luts. And if you saw my last Lut review, it was all about Peter McKinnon's PM Luts pack, which I liked, but the Luts we're going to be reviewing today are absolutely sick. So if you want to see what they look like on some footage, then stay tuned. So the Luts we're going to be reviewing today are by a guy named Zack Kravits. He is actually a creator here on YouTube. He does filmmaking style, like vlog travel videos. They're really sick. He's actually got some of the more high quality content that I've seen on here. So I highly recommend you check him out. But more importantly, for today's video, we're going to be reviewing his Luts. I can't stress enough how much I love these. They all look great. So let's go into Final Cut and one by one apply these Luts to some footage, and I'll give you my thoughts and maybe a couple of tweaks you can make to make them look even better. Alright, so here we are in Final Cut Pro 10 once again, and in my timeline I have two clips that I'm going to be applying the Luts to. This way we can get a different feel for how the Lut reacts on different clips. So we have this outdoor shot with a bunch of different colors and stuff going on, and then we have this indoor shot with a more fluorescent lighting, a bit more dull looking. So I just made the title of the Lut group Kravits, as you can see up here. And in this Lut pack, there are 8 different Luts, but each has 2 different versions. So there's actually 16 Luts. We have the regular version, and then we have a more washed out, faded look for each Lut. So that's what wash means next to each one. For the sake of this review, I'm not going to be using the wash version of each Lut just because that will take way too much time. We're just going to be using the regular Luts, and you could sort of picture what it would look like with a more faded out look. So let's start with this very first Lut called Alpha. As you can see, by applying this Lut, we have cooled down the clip. Everything has a bluish tone to it. The green isn't overly saturated. Overall, a really nice looking Lut. I could see this being used if you're trying to portray like a cool day. Here it is on our other clip. As you can see, it's added this sort of contrast to it, and it's made everything have that sort of blue color cast, which looks really cinematic and cool. So far, we're off to a good start. Here is the Alpha Lut in action. So moving on to the next Lut, we have Banger. If I apply this, you can see that now it's added some saturation. We have some really vibrant greens going on. We still have a little bit of a bluish tint, however. As you can see in the shadows, we're getting bluish undertones, but overall the clip looks really nice. I don't have to do any tweaks. On this other clip, it actually looks kind of similar to how Alpha looked, but it depends on your footage. But here is Banger in action. Next up, we've got Buck. So Buck is really cool because what we've done is sort of changed the hue of the shot, where the greens aren't as green as they were before, but rather we've introduced some orangey yellow tones to it. We still have some blue going on in the shadows, and it's not an overly saturated look, but we do have a lot of nice contrast going on. And if we go to our other clip here, this one actually looks very neutral on this clip. It looks very clean and crisp. So this again looks really nice, and here is Buck on both clips. So on to the next. If we open our Lut gallery, the next Lut is Dagger, which is your black and white contrasty look. This one is actually really sick. Usually I don't use black and white, but there's something about this with the contrast and the light hitting, like just the way the shot is set up and how it works with this Lut. It looks really cinematic and cool. Same thing here in this indoor shot. We have this really cool looking cinematic black and white. I don't know how he did it, but it's not just a regular black and white. There's something else going on here. It might just be the contrast, but again, really cool looking. Here is Dagger in action. Next up, we've got Diesel. This one is so sick. It's one of my 2 favorite Luts in the whole pack, and this one basically takes everything and adds this like warm, vibrant feeling to the shot, and it just adds this saturation and contrast, which is so cinematic and cool looking. It almost looks vintage on certain clips, just very cinematic. soft looking clips, but with this nice contrast. Here it is on the other clip, and same thing, we've got this warmness going on in the background, which is super nice. So that is Diesel. Here it is on both clips. Next up, we've got Hurricane. This one is also really cool. Like before, we've got blues in the shadows, but this time we have all the saturation in the greens and other colors, but again, a really nice LUT. Here is Hurricane in action. So next up, we've got Ramblin Road, and I think this is my #1 favorite LUT in the entire pack. This is your classic, beautiful, saturated, vibrant colors, really warm, like natural looking shot, and I just have nothing else to say other than it's just so great and works on like any footage. Like even this indoor shot, we've just livened it up and made it this bright, cinematic, awesome looking clip. So that is Ramblin Road, hands down my favorite LUT in the whole pack. I use this one far more than the rest, and here it is on both clips. Now lastly, we've got Vintage, and this is really cool because it does give you that vintage vibe where all of the warmer colors are sort of pushed towards a pinkish orangish tone. It's sort of that typical teal and orange, but not that over contrasted, over vibrant looking teal and orange, if you know what I mean. Here it is on this clip. It looks really good once again. So here it is in action on both clips. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, then please hit it with a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below of what videos you guys would like to see in the future, because I would love to hear some of your ideas. But that's it for today, guys, and until next time, peace!